Okay, so let's start the creation of the material type. So before going to this, I just want to give some material types, standard material types. So ROH is a raw material. Okay, HALB semi-finished goods. Okay, and FERT packing material. Sorry, finished good. HAWA trading goods. VRP packing materials. NLAG non-stock materials. Pipeline materials. Okay, and HAWA trading goods, finished good packing materials. LEIH RTP material, removable transfer packaging material. Okay, so few of these are the materials. Okay, other than that, there are so many other material types also. We have ERSA, spare parts. Okay, so there are so many other material types are also it is there. Okay, so these are the standard material types. Okay, SAP standard, which is already provided all the type of the material types. But still, if the user wants to be create our client wants to be create the customized material type. Okay, we can create a customized material type by using the transaction code OMS2. So OMS2 is the create material type. Okay, and MMNR is the material number range. Define material number range. Okay, so these two are the transaction code. So these are the configuration. We can directly can go for the OMS2 and MMNR, or if you want to go with the configuration level, which SPRO. Okay, that is configuration. Whenever you log in the system, okay. So the front end SAP EG axis, whatever it is displaying, it is completely user screen and SPRO. And when you enter SPRO, this is customizing related all configuration which we are performing in the SPRO. So whenever you want to do any configuration if you want to do, you can go ahead with the SPRO. Then it will be go inside the configuration customization. Okay. Now, if you go to SPRO, the first we need to go to a logistical general, and from the logistical general we have to go ahead the material master. From the material master record, setting for the key fields or for the material type creation, basic settings and material types, and define attributes of the material types. So this is the again it will go to OMS2. So you can go ahead with the part, or you can go ahead with the screen also. So what is the transaction code? Directly if you go to OMS2, you can go to OMS2 as well. So both are it is same material type only. Either you can go with the part, or either you can go with the transaction code. Okay. So since I already opened the system will display only display this. We cannot change here because it is locked, because I already opened the system. Okay. Now these are the standard material types which SAP provided. Other than this one, if your client asking that I need something which is new material type, customized material type. Okay, then what we have to do, we can take after what type of the material type they want. You can create and you can copy that, and you can create a new customized material type. So why we need to create the customized material type? So we have already standard material types are there. Why we need to create a customized material type? So it depends on the client requirement. In case if suppose my client is requesting that I have the finished goods, okay, let's say FERT products are there. Okay, so again in the FG products, they want to be segregated that there are two kind of the finished goods are there. Okay, so suppose let's say one is, okay, let's say oil, and another finished goods are, okay, solid. So this is the oil and the one is solid. So they want to be differentiated that this type of the different kind of the finished goods, they want to be go ahead with the different material types. So why if we are going with a different material type, what will be happen? What we can do? So what we can do if we are going with a new material type, customized material type, what we can do? We can differentiate the number range. So what are the controls which we discussed yesterday? So one is number range, and whether I can go ahead with external number range, internal number range. If suppose one finished goods, I can go ahead with a external number range. One finished goods, I can go ahead with the internal number range, so that I can differentiate that. Okay, different number series also we can differentiate. Other than that, user departments. Okay, if suppose one material which we are buying from the outside, but other material which we are not buying from the outside, even finished goods also. Sometimes our company is buying from outside. Sometimes might be I'm buying oil because of the demand. I'm just buying from outside. So then I can say that one material type I can allow for the both user department, like as it is like purchasing view, it is mandatory, and the external procured material in-house production. So I can control like that. Okay, this material which we are buying from outside, and this material which we are not buying from outside. So these are the field selection control. So there are so many other restrictions we can do. So obviously, if the client wants to be differentiate that, they can create a number of material types based on their requirement, and they can assign the different number ranges to differentiate the material types. Okay, even it is finished good, but in the finished goods again they want to be segregate like different like oil, solid. Okay, like they want to be differentiate like oil, something like they want to differentiate. Okay, so that's again we can go ahead with the creation of the new material type. So how to create a material type? So whenever you creating a material type or anything which you want to be create, so please take the any reference of the existing, okay, and copy from that and you can create. Now I'm just planning to create that finished code. So I'm just going to FERT standard one. This is a finished code FERT. Now what I'm doing that I'm just creating my own customized one. So let's say my client is they requested that okay ZFG1. So finished product, okay, external procured material, okay. External procured material. Then copy, enter, and just whatever it is there in the previous material type, all it is copying to the existing new material type. Okay, the same way we can create one more material type, okay, by copying from the existing material type, which is FERT. Again, I'm just taking this one FERT and I'm just copying this one. I'm creating the new again material type. So that is ZFG2. Suppose let's say ZFG2. Okay, and this is also a finished goods, but it is like in-house production. So just example, I'm just saying that. So it depends on that. Maybe client its requirement might be they want to be go ahead for the whatever in-house production material they want to be in the different number ranges. Okay. So the first control. What is the first control here? The first control is number ranges. How we can define the number range for the material type. So are you understand that here till here how we can create a customized one? We just taken any existing number ranges, any existing material type, and we copied from the existing to new material type. Clear? Now let's go to the creation of the number ranges. Okay. So you can go to in the downstage. There is a defined number ranges for each material type. So just go to that. Okay. And you can see here, if you just go to the overview, I can see that there are so many material types which is there, and you can see in the right side the number from and series, and if it is external number range, X it is there. If it is internal number range, then there is no X it is there. Okay, so you can see in the right side whatever number series which is assigned, there are so many material types are assigned. But now my client is requesting that I need separate number range. So what you can do, I want to be create my own number range for the my material type. So what I will do, first I will be going and I will be creating for the group. Okay, so I will be creating group for the number range. So I just click on create. So let's say my group name is FG. Okay, external. Suppose external. Okay, this is my group. Now, how you know that what number ranges it is? So there are so many number ranges are there. So it should not be overlap. Whatever you are entering new number ranges. That means the new number range whatever you are entering, that should not be overlap. So those cases, what you will do, you will be going to that, just going up and just checking that free intervals. What are the free intervals we have? Just click on free intervals. Then the system will display that okay, there are so many free intervals are there. You can assign that based on these intervals. Okay, so I'm just planning that might be I'm just taking this one a 6 series. It's 6 all zeros 901. Okay, let's take this one. Okay, and you can see here I assign this one. Okay, and save. Okay, so if it is already overlapped, then you will get the overlap. If it is not overlapped, then it is saved. So I created a group, one group, I assigned my own number range. So now this number range I need to assign to my material type. And before going to that, you can see this is the checkbox it is there. If you selected this one, this is external number range. If you're not selected, then it is internal number range. Okay, so I'm just going now internal number range. Okay, now I created my own group. Now what I will do, I'm just searching for the my material type by clicking on the find button. In the top, if you can see that there is a find button here. Okay, just click on this one, find button, and enter first, just select that ZFT one. So where is my material type? It is there. So it will display where exactly my material type it is there. Just select that, go to that. Okay, it is there here. Now what you need to do, you just click on here or double click on this one. Okay, just select this one. Okay, and click on element group. Then you can see that there are so many material type, so many number ranges which is created with the group text. So you can find that where is my group here. So this is my group one FG external group. So I'm just selecting this one. Okay, then what will be happen, the material which is going to the material type which is assigned to that number range. So that number range you can see in the down. You just find it again, ZFT1. Then you can see here, there is ZFT1, it is there here, and little bit go up, and it's if you see right here, the FG external number range which is assigned. Okay, and you just click and see here, this is a number range. Now how it will works here. Okay, now let's go to the Metal Master card, go MM01. Okay, in MM01, select that your material type, which material type you are looking into that. So which material type it is created, ZF G1. Okay, just select this one. So since it is in internal number range, I'm not selecting anything. It's an internal number range, right? I just assign internal number range. I'm not selecting anything. I'm just going to basic data one creation. Let's see what number series it is coming. See, it is coming 6 all series 902. This is the what we are assigned right here in this number range. If you see that this is number range, okay, this number which we are assigned 600000901. So that is the what which is coming, right? Based on that number it is coming. This sequence of number it will come from 600, 901, 902, 902, like it will come. Okay. So this is a way we can create a number range, what number range you want to be assigned. Okay. So this is the way we can assign, and we have. Yeah, please.
So what is this NR status?
Number range current status. So once you created suppose if you created 10 material numbers, suppose, so the current status it is showing that okay, you created numbers. So then the next time onwards, whatever it is created, it will come from next number. Whatever the number series which is there, it will come next number from the database. Okay. So if you go to Mara table, suppose let's say in the Mara table. So what is the table for this material master card? Mara, right? Did you remember? Last time we discussed this one. 600 series, this started with 600 series, right? So let's see. So there is some material which is created, right? If you can see here. Here it is a 600, 900. So some series it is created, right? So the status will display like what is the next number which is creating. Okay, let me show you that again one more time. Okay, suppose I'm just going to create one more row. Create group, and this time I'm just going to a FG, and this is internal. Okay, I'm just taking the existing number ranges, whatever it is there, the free intervals. So let me take that. Okay, let me take that. See this one, 7 series. Okay. So 33 it is assigned. Now my number is, my material type is ZFG2. Now I'm just going to this one. Okay, and just go to this one. Select my number range group. Where is my number range group? It is internal. So then save. So let's go back again. Then go to define number ranges here. And just click on here. Overview. In the overview, let's see that where it is there. My group. See here, FG interval. It is there. It is. This is the number. Okay, FG external. This is the number which we created. We assigned. Now, when I'm just creating the material master record, suppose just FG2, I'm just creating. So let me create one material number, basic information. At least create one basic information. Okay, I'm just creating this material number. If you see that number ranges, it is created with my number, which we assigned my number. So did you remember this one? This is the material number which we assigned in the material type, right? You see that this is the material number which we assigned here, right? Okay, now only basic data I just extended. Now this we can see in the table level whether this member which is created or not. So let's go to the Mara table, and which I'm created today, right? 26th created on. So I'm just created today. So my date, I just entering my date and created by when it is created. So who created? So 127 5251. This is my number, right? Here, if you can see that my number here, you just click on here, you can see that your username number. Okay, so 127.127.5251. So I'm just executing this one. So I can see that what are the materials which we created on today. Okay, this is the material number which is created. Okay, now let's go back and go to display entries, intervals. Okay, now where is my group? 33, right? My group number 33. So if you go to 33, this is the number which is going to number status number. Okay, so that means this is a number. Okay, and what happening here? Okay, might be in the it is a problem with the coding or something. What will be happen here? It is once it is created first number, it is jumping to 10 numbers after. Okay, then next time it might be trying with the next number. Can you give me 1 minute? Just getting call. Yeah, sorry guys. Okay, so generally what will be happen? Okay, it should be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So might be in the coding level, if somebody they change the status which is jumping 10 point. So it is showing now the status will be 10. So that's why previously also is getting problem. Okay, so now let me try one more time. Let me create one more ticket, one more material with the same material type. Let's see how it is working now. So I'm just creating next again. Okay, the number series which is correctly updating, but the status which is updating wrong. Okay, so there might be some problem in the status level, but it is like what is the existing status of the ticket, what is the existing status of the material. So general what we'll do in case if it is coming wrongly, okay, you can also go and modify this one. The code you can modify here. Okay, you just go to this here and can change the current number. So you can change the number, and if suppose it is coming only one, right? So you can update this one. Okay. Okay, how many numbers it is? Okay, just update like 2. Entire number level is smaller than the previous number level. What is new? Okay, so let me create one more time this material. So okay, this number is correct updating. Okay, so this is the number which is like status of the number, which is like what is the current status of the material. Okay, so based on this also we can look into that. Okay, what is the number series which is running. Okay, so it depends. You should not change the manually. It should be updated manually the status number. But if anything wrong in the program level, might be it will be updated wrongly. Okay, the number status. So in that case, what you can do, you can update the your current status. Okay, but most probably in the real time, okay, it won't be get any problem here. Clear? Clear? You can see here the status of the each and every number range. So what is the impact of this one? Anyone knows about this one? NR status. What is the impact of this one? That means the system already created this many of the numbers. So next time if you want to assign any number from this number, okay, so you should not assign these already numbers which is created. That means the database, if it is already created, okay, then you should not assign these numbers to any of the other group because it is already created. If you already assigned, if you are assigning to some other group, then it will be overlapping that. That means it's already there in the database. Then the system will not create any number. So that is only happened now because I just tried to create the one more material number. Okay. If I just see that today I created 2 material number, but I can see that only 1 material number. Okay. Before that, this is a ZF G2, right? ZF G1, I created 1 material. Did I create 1 material number? I don't regret. I'm not created. Let me see. I'm just assigning the ZF G1 here. So this is a idea server, right? Sometimes what will be happen? So many people they are changing the standard settings. Okay, status jumping like. So what I'm just creating here. See now, if you see that last number, which is 901, now it's showing 903. So that means 902 lost. We lost that. So there is some might be problem in the number series, but generally how it will be happen? In case in the standard, what will be happen in the real time? Okay, if there is any material number which is created, okay, then the next number will be generated for the NR status. That means when you create a new number, it will be started. It will show you that whatever existing number in this which is already used. Okay, now this number is created, right? Let's see what is the status of this ticket. The status of this number range, MMNR, and what is the series of this one? 60090. If I just go to this one, where is the interval? You see here, what is showing here? It is showing 920. So there is some problem, but number status will be show you. It will be show based on the what number it is generated. The next, okay, clear? So this you should not change. You see what are the contents, the last number for the internal number and interval. That means the MetaMaster card when you're creating that contains last assigned number. What is the last assigned number? That last assigned number will be displayed. Okay. So based on this current status only, the number series only. Next time, if you want to, if somebody wants to use this number, then the system will check that okay, it is already assigned, it is already used something. Okay. So if you want to be create one more number range group, and it will not be allowed. Okay. Hello. Hello. Is it audible? My voice is audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You are audible. This is the number from, I mean, before the from number, that will be that serial number like this only, right?
This is the internal number range. Yeah.
No, that is okay, sir. Before that, 32.
You're talking about this one, right?
30, 31, 32, 33 like that. That is for serial number. Right?
This is the groups here. This is the groups. See, okay. What will be happen whenever you the system is creating. Suppose I'm just creating group, right? So what will be happen? The system creating the group number. So that group. Why? Because you are creating that text. Something like there is a text. Okay, this much of text. It should be. If you want to be captured in the database table, it is very difficult, right? Okay. So what is the system doing? Okay, whenever you're creating number range, okay, the system is creating one number series. This is a number series. So that I can see in the table level what number series it is created. In the S16. So that table is NRIV. In the NRIV table, okay, so I can see that suppose MATNR. Let's say MATNR. What is the number range number? See here, number range number. So let's see what is the number range number here. 53, right? 33. See, this is our material number range. See, the system is creating every time. Okay? It is creating one object. In object, it is creating that the group name. Okay, so that means that this is a sequence 01, 02, 03, 04, 05. So whenever it is creating next time number range, then system will automatically, for a database purpose, it is creating one series. That series it is assigned.
Yeah, whenever we are creating that, it will be picking up automatically. Right?
Automatically,
Next,
yeah, it will be picking automatically.
okay,
It will be
okay,
picking automatically. But it is only for the middle master card. When you creating vendor master card, you can create your own group like XY, PY. In the vendor master card, you can create, but in middle master card, okay, I need to create a group name. Then system will automatically pick up the group name, group number.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, okay.
So this is the object number. Okay, tomorrow, if in any of the implementation project or any rollout project, if you want to say that what are the number ranges which is already used, so if you want to see here, if you go to this and by looking into this one, it's very difficult, right? In MM sorry, MM if I just want to go material number ranges, okay, from here, if you want to download all the number ranges, very difficult, right? So I cannot download all, right? So from the table level, I just entering that object number and exit and downloading that. Okay, these are all number ranges which is already used. So I can give this information to client. Okay, these are the material number ranges which we are already used. So apart from this number ranges, if you want to go, we can create or other number ranges. You can inform like that. Okay. So every object, every document like vendor master record, info record, purchase order, purchase requisition, goods receipt, everything, finance side, everything. So their side, everything. The object name is unique for the each and every process. If it is a material number, okay, it is like material NR. If it is a vendor master record, again vendor master record is different again. Purchase order, it is again different purchase order object name. So based on this object name only, we can identify that what number ranges it is going on. So when it will be helpful, this one. So when you are doing year-end activities or month-end activities, sometimes what we need to do in the year-end activities, we need to be assigned the number ranges for the every year. So those cases, we will be taking the last year reference. But what is the interval group name? That again you need to be checking the table level, right? So that you can see in this table, NRIV table. Okay, so that's okay. That's the database level related, but okay, it is for the real time. Okay, so any doubts here? In case of any number and inconsistency is there, okay. So if you want to be change the status of the number range, okay, you can select and you can go and you can change the current number so that it will be updated that because this is the current number. Okay, but before changing this one, you need to be cross check that in the database level whether this material really created or not created. Okay, if you already created, then you are removing this NR status. What will be happen? There will be inconsistency in the database, and whatever new material which you are trying to create, those will not be created because already the number it is available in the database. So whenever you just creating or you just changing the status, you just need to be cross check your number range table. Okay, clear? Is it clear?
Yeah, clear. Yes.
Okay, and one more thing here, when you creating group, okay, when you creating the group, suppose I'm just going to create here. At the initial only, you need to be find that okay whether I just go for the external number range or internal number range. Okay, if you want to go for external number range, you have to select this one. Then only the number series will be external number range. Okay, clear? So what is the difference between external number range or internal number range? External number range is system will provide automatically based on the sequence number. The system will provide automatic number. So when material number is creating, the system will check that the existing Mara table and what number it is created last number. Then based on that, it will be take the next number. Okay, then external number range it is nothing but like it will be checking that from NRIV table what number range it is assigned for this material type, whether it is external number range or internal number range. If it is external number range, then the system will ask that to enter the manually the number range. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is the way we can go ahead for the material master record number ranges, internal and external number range. Okay. Okay. Now let's go to the next control. What is the next control? External number range and internal number range is over, and number range is over. User department. Okay. So how the SAP is controlling this? Okay. The material type is controlling the material master record. This user department. So if I just go to, so my requirement is for FG material, ZFG1 material. Okay, so this is we are buying from outside. Okay, for this type of the material types, I should allow the purchasing view. So I'm just going to data details. Okay, I can see here there is a views are there. Okay, so what views it should be allowed, what views it should not be allowed. Okay, if suppose I just need to be allowed, then just I need to select the purchasing. Okay, suppose I don't need to be allowed a production, or I should not be allowed a costing, or I should not be allowed a forecasting. So based on this, whatever it is selected here, okay, those only it will be displayed in the material master card. Suppose I don't need MRP views. Let's assume that I don't need the MRP view and the forecasting. So then I'm just saving this one. Okay, now I will go to the MM01/4 MM01. Then by entering this material type ZFG1, okay, and just selecting the view. Then if you see that here, I cannot see that MRP1, MRP2, MRP3 views. Okay, I cannot see the MRP1, MRP2, MRP3 views. If suppose my client is asking that no, this is finished goods, I need to be planning also, then what you will do, you will be selecting that this planning also and save. What will happen then? We'll go to MM01, okay, and entering the material type and the industry sector. You select, then you can see that here MRP views also, MRP1, MRP2, MRP3, MRP4. So this is the way we can control that whether the user departments should be allowed for this material type or not. Clear? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is the third control, and fourth control, external procured and in-house production. Okay. In the material type level, we see that in the down, there is the two fields like internal purchase order and external purchase order. Okay. So that internal external purchase orders, okay, if you select a two, that means it will be allowing to do the external procurement. If you selected the 2, that means system will be allowing. If you selected 0, then system will not be allowing to do any purchasing for this material type. If you selected the 1, that means external purchase orders are allowed, but it will be give warning message. These are the finished goods products, finished material type, but if you still want to go, you can go ahead for that. That is a warning message. Okay. So in this case, suppose external purchase orders are not allowed. Let's assume that this material type is, okay, suppose let's say this is external, right? Let's go to the external. Okay, I'll go to some other material in the nose. I created this one. Okay, let's go to OMS2 and ZFG2. FG2 is for the only in-house production. We are not buying from the outside. So those cases, what will happen? So both are same. Okay, I'm just this should be meaningful, right? Why? Because this is I'm just giving the description like external, right? So again, you will be getting confusion. That's why I'm just going for the in-house finished goods. So what will be going in-house finished goods? What I'm just trying to do. So I don't want to be allowing for the external procurement, but only I just allowing only for the in-house production. So then what will be happen? The system will understood that okay, these material types are the not external procurement materials. Okay, so I'm saving this one. Okay, what will be happen when creating material master record with ZFG2 MM01? Okay, let's go to MRP to MRP1. In MRP2, if you see that the procurement type it is there, it is grade mode. That means cannot change this one. It is it is nothing but like it is only for in-house production. So the procurement type is for this material is in-house production. It is not external procurement. Okay. If you selected external procurement, suppose it's not this one, ZFT2, right? And if you selected ZFT2 for the external procurement also, so if I just go to ZFT2, if I am selecting two, okay, then the system will allow for the external and internal, both it will be allowed. But if you selected only external procurement material, 0 and in-house production, internal production are the 2, then it will be allowed only for the in-house production. Okay. So if again it is selected 2 here, the top you selected 2 and down it is selected 0. So what will happen? The system will understand that okay, this type of material always we are buying from the external. We are not doing any in-house. So what will happen? The system when creating metal master card again, if you see that here, it is coming F. That means F is nothing but like it's external procurement material. So the system will not allow to create any in-house production because it is external procurement material. Okay. So while planning, it will be helpful. Okay. If you selected both 2, what will be happen?
It will allow both.
It will give the X. Okay. X is nothing but like a both it will be allowed. Okay. Either you can do external procurement or you can do in-house production. Both you can do. Okay. So I'm just going to MRP2 again. This is for the planning. Okay. This is for the planning. The system whether it will be how planning order could be created, purchase request number which is created based on this procurement type. The system will understand that whether it is a external. Now we see that it is X. So based on the material number, based on the material description, you can select that whether you want to go ahead for the in-house production, external procurement, or if it is both. Some materials what will happen, we are buying from outside, or sometimes we are producing also. So those cases you can use the X. Okay. So what is the purpose of this procurement type? Majorly it is for the planning. While automatic plannings are generated, the system will check that what is the procurement type and it will be generating that whether a purchase request number which needs to be generated or it should be generate a plan order for the production order. That it depends on this procurement type. Okay. So this is the second control. And the next one is valuation class. So in the valuation class, okay, so the major configuration we are doing this in the automatic account determination process. That means SAP MM integration. But now I will just show you how the valuation classes will be hitting in the material master record. So if you go to ZFG2, okay, so this ZFG2, if you go to this inside that, there is a account category reference. Okay, so whatever the account category reference it is assigned here, this account category reference it is assigned here. This account category reference already assigned to valuation classes. The configuration, the automatic account determination configuration, the system already assigned that means we already created the SAP, which is not SAP, whoever they created a implementation process. Okay, they already created this account category reference with the material type. So with valuation class and material type. So let's show you the automatic account determination configuration. Go to material management. Go to elastic valuation accounting and account determination. And here if you see the define valuation classes. So this valuation classes. Okay, if you go to here, account category reference first they created. What is the account category reference? It is assigned here 0009. So this 0009 it is created for finished goods. Then what they will do? They will be assigning this into valuation classes. This valuation class they will be assigned. Suppose these are the valuation class. Let's go to printout first. Let's go to printout here top. Just take the print here. Account category reference is 0009. I'm just taking the filter here. 0009. For this 0009, whatever it is assigned 7920, 7925, info. So these are the valuation classes will be hitting in the Metal Master record. 1 minute. Okay, so now these are the valuation classes will display at the time of Metal Master record. So now I'm just going to Metal Master creation. The Metal Master record while creating the accounting one. Did you remember that so many people they are facing this issue, right? The configuration account. I'm getting issue like the GL account which is not assigned. Okay, how the system will understand which valuation class this is. So based on the here, the valuation classes are assigned here based on the your material type and the account category reference. So see here 979207925 NOFG. This it is assigned here. If you see that from here 79207925 So this material type, these valuation classes will be hitting based on the account category reference. That the account category reference we are assigned in the material type. Clear? Is it clear?
Yes, sir. But is according also MM department only, sir. This one.
No, this is the valuation class is the
Valuation class.
only account category reference and valuation class. But that valuation class will be giving to finance team. They will assign the GL account.
Okay, they will be assigning. Okay.
Yeah, they will be assigning the GL account in the OBYC. Okay. Clear?
Okay.
Sir, that mapping will be done by our team or FI, sir?
OBYC will do by FI team. But other than the OBYC, whatever the valuation classes, account category reference, these will be created by ours.
Okay.
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 Okay. Yeah. So this is the way we'll get from here. Okay. This is the one configuration. Now
That real time actually, once they have done with mapping only, we can able to create the material, right? Material type and all.
which one? Sorry.
No, in real time, the evaluation class and whichever the mapping was done from the FI team, FI team.
Then only we can post the here. Material master we can create without valuation class also. If you are remove
exactly. exact the accounting, exact accounting, obviously, once they have done with that, after that, we can create the material type as well as the material creation, right?
Yeah, material you can create anytime without valuation class also. Why? Because if you are not selected the accounting data, accounting one, then the system will not ask that which valuation class because you are not selected the accounting one. But exactly the impact is at the time of stock movement, stock posting. Either it may be GR, GI. At the time, if the proper configuration it is not there, then the system will stop the entire posting, and it will be asking that the GL account is not mapping. So last time I think so many people they are facing, right, this issue.
Yeah, correct.
Valuation class, GL
Yes,
account,
yes.
chart of account, and these are combinations are there. 4 to 5 combinations are there. These combinations you need to be assigned a GL account. Okay.
Yeah, okay, yeah, got it.
But you can still create the material type without account category reference also. But those are the non-validated, right? Why? Because you didn't assign the accounting data. That means there is no use of the receiving the validated stock. If it is non-validated stock, it's okay. Okay, that means free items. Yeah. Okay.
Yes, sir. We don't want to do the GR for that free item.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, okay, sir.
So this is the valuation class. And coming to the field selection control, okay. Now, if you see here in the field selection control in the top, there is a field reference, it is there. Okay, you are assigning this field reference here. Okay, so this field reference, what will be happen? So go to SPRO. Let's go to SPRO. If you go to field reference here, the logistic general, where is the logistic general? Okay, middle master. The field selection. Okay, here the SAP which is already created some of the field groups, okay, the field selection groups. That means suppose material group is there. So some of the combinations, the system already created some field selection group. So what you need to go, first you need to be search that where exactly the field selection group, exactly which field selection group it is. Okay, so how you can find that this one by searching the name. Okay, suppose Mara table it is there, MATKL. Okay, so what is this MATKL? Okay, since I know the field name and table name, I'm just entering directly, but I will display that. Okay, suppose I'm just going to the material table name. Now Mara table. Okay, now I'm just going to Mara table. So I just need my client is asking that my material group, this material group is there, MATKL. Okay, this material type, material group is mandatory field. Okay, so I'm just entering that Mara MATKL. So I'm just entering this one. Then the system will identify that. Okay, this is the field name which is assigned to group number 2. Selection number, selection group is 2. Okay, now I just click on the arrow mark here. Okay. Then you can see that in this 2 group, there are so many other names also it is there. Okay, whenever these fields are there, those fields also mandatory will be. Okay, so now if you see that now this material group I need mandatory, right? So what you need to find first, field reference. What field reference it is assigned in the material type level? Did you remember that? FERT, right? Field reference. Did you remember that? I'm just going to ZFT2.
FERT only, sir.
Yeah. So in the FT, let's go to in the details. If you see that it is assigned a FERT, field reference. Okay. So this field reference, what will be happen? Here, if you need to be checked that where it is field reference. Okay. Come down, just down. So like you just check that. Okay, where is the FERT? It is FERT here. It is there. So for this FERT, this material group is optional. Now my client is asking that it should not be optional, it should be mandatory. Why? Because every time when I'm creating the material number, they are missing this information. This is very important information while creating the PO. So my client is asking that So I need material group as a mandatory for this material type. So then what I'm just doing, I'm just saving this material number. Sorry, this material group as a mandatory required entry. Then when next time onwards, whenever I'm just creating the material number, so this field will come as a mandatory with ZFG2, because ZFG2 which is assigned to field reference has FERT, that field reference FERT have the material group is mandatory for my group, my material type. Okay. So now I'm just going to material data, basic data one. Now this is the mandatory field without entering this one. Okay. If I just trying to enter only material number, okay, I'm just entering that, the system not accepting because it is a mandatory field. Like you can do for the whole number, material number, division, production. So what are the fields it is there? For all these fields, you can search first field group, field selection group. Then after that, you need to be search that what is the group. Okay. Then you need to be put that whether the client is asking the basic it's mandatory field or optional or it is hide. So you need to be do that. Clear? So the first task is you need to be find out which group it is. Okay. Clear? So do you need any other, suppose this is the division is there. Okay, let's see division. Okay, if I just go to division, again FERT position, let's click on the position, FERT. Okay, and just go to FERT, this is optional entry. Now I'm just putting this is a required entry. You can see here, before creating only you can see this division is not mandatory, if you see here. Okay, now I'm just going back. Just making this is the mandatory field. So I'm just again going to creation of material. Okay. Okay. Now if you see, this is also mandatory. Okay. So like you can do that fields, which field is mandatory, which field is optional, which field is display only, which field is hide. That means some fields which is coming automatically from the configuration. Like just now if you see that the procurement type which is coming automatically, right? So those type some of the fields which is coming automatically. If you want to be only display, then make it as a display or hide. Hide is it is nothing but I don't want to see that field in the more. I don't want to see that field. Then I can see put it like hiding that field. Okay, clear?
Sir, instead of instead of going through that field, I mean field reference, can we select directly the field selection like this? As a mandatory or display or optional entry like that?
Where?
No, in that the field selection, field reference you are selecting as a FERT as a required entry. In the field selection as a Mara, I mean the division as a in field selection you selected as a division, and in the field reference you made it as a required, I mean required entry like that. But in that field selection itself, can be able to check the direct the field, I mean field directly in that field selection here.
No, you don't know, right? You don't know which group, which is the reference. You don't know which group it is there. You don't know, right?
Yes, but in field reference, instead of the reference, we can directly we can take it in that. For example, Z FG1 or FG2, whatever you customize created, right? Material
Yeah.
type that we can able to.
Yeah, you can create. You can create. You just look up and you can create it. No issue. So you're asking that instead of FERT, can I make it as a new one, customized one?
Yes.
Yeah, you can do it. Yeah, you can do it. No problem.
Okay, because if you are creating the multiple customized the field, I mean material type, so one required for division is if you are go with the material, I mean the field reference, obviously it will impacting for other material group as well, right? The material type as well, right? So
No, why it is impacting? You are using only for the you are using only for your field reference, right? You are not using for other
yes, sir.
things.
For example, the FG1, FG2, you created two things. Okay, the one is required, the material group is mandatory.
Okay,
The
okay.
another one is
That's
material group is
that's why, right? I said, right? You can create your own. You can
okay.
create your own reference. There is no issue.
Okay,
suppose
okay.
I'm just going to here. Okay. So whenever you want to create anything which customized one, you can create it, no problem.
Okay, okay.
Okay. So that is possible. We can create it. Okay.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
Yeah. So why? Because you said correct. Whatever is saying that maybe for one material type it is mandatory, for one other material type it is not mandatory. So in that case, you can go to your customized one. Okay. Clear?
Yeah, clear, sir. Clear.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Now field selection is completed. Now quantity and value updated. If you go to OMS2, okay. So what is the purpose of the quantity value updated? Yesterday we discussed whether this stock should be updated in the store location or not. The quantity updated, not updated. Suppose there is the checkboxes are there at plant level. Okay. Valuation area at the plant level. This is already open. Okay. If you go to this one also display. This is edit. Okay, if you go to quantity and value update in side by side. Okay, if I just created new plan, okay, that means my valuation area. So suppose let's see that AB2 it is there. ZAB2 which I am created. Okay, or ZAB assembly. Okay. So this valuation area, that means it is plant. This plant and this material type in this plant, in this material type is quantity update or value update. Again, this plant, if ZFG1 is there, that is a quantity update, value update, it is there another. So if you are not selected these two, what will happen? The stock will not be updated in the store location, the value not updated for the stock. Okay. So if the accounting data documents, accounting entries should be updated and the value should be triggering and value should be updated for the material, then you need to be select this value update. The stock should be updated in the store location. Okay. The store location level stock should be displayed, then it will be quantity update. So you should be select these two. When you create a new plan, you make sure that you need to be check that what material type you are using and what is the plan. These two combination you need to be update the quantity and value updated. Okay. Clear? Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And this is the one entry. And the next one is price control SRB. So this is a simple here. If you see in the down, okay, here only the price control we can control. If suppose I'm just selecting price control is mandatory, then whenever you are using this material type, whenever you are using this material type, the material always it will take the standard price only, because price control mandatory you are selected. That means it's coming as a gray mode. If you're not selected, then defaultly system will propose that standard, but still you can change the standard to moving to standard. There is option. Okay. So if you go to material master record, I'm just selecting this one mandatory, price control mandatory. Okay. Now what will happen? I'm just creating the material master record. MM01. So which material type I'm taking, ZFG2, and selecting data, and the price control it is there in the accounting data. Okay, and my entering that which one it is, 700. Okay, let me take plant. So now this is coming gray mode standard. Why it is coming gray mode? I cannot change here. If I just want to change I cannot change. Why it is grayed out? Because I selected has a price, standard price, that standard has as a gray mode. That means price control mandatory. If I just remove this one, okay, what will happen? The system will propose at the first time okay, then it's coming edit mode. It is default, it is coming standard, but still I can change. Why? Because it is not mandatory. The system is proposing. Okay, the system is proposing that okay, you can just take it up as a standard, but you can still change price control. So it depends on the client requirement. It should be standard, and you can put it like price control as mandatory. Okay. So these are the controls, major controls. These are all for the material master record from material type. If you remember that, okay, actually we created this series only one material, one or two materials which we created, but still now it is running 10th number. How it is running number? Because every time we are entering this MM01 and the system is proposing the number, but we are not creating, we are not saving, we are coming back. Then that number is gone. Okay, so how the NR status which is updating, okay, might be the number which is not saving the database, but it is proposing that the next number, because it is already it is system what is trying that okay, last number whatever it is proposed, the system is proposing, but you are not saving, you are coming back. That's why it is jumping the numbers. Okay, now you understand. We created only two. If you see that the number, the database, the Mara table. So I don't have example last time, so that's why I could not able to exactly say that what it be, how it is jumping. But see now how it is jumping now. People are trying to create, but they are not creating the complete material number, but it's jumping that. Now see that there is only two numbers which is created, but now the number series it is showing 10, 11, 12. That means people are trying to create material number, but they are not saving, they are coming back. So then it is jumping, right? The number which is jumping. Clear? How status is updating? Clear?
Okay, sir.
So any questions?
Sir, here material number it will take automatically, like when we are changing the number.
No.
After that,
automatically it will take. Internal numbering always it will be take automatically.
okay. External we can change it.
External number we can enter. Okay. See here now it is 12. Actually we created only two numbers, but it is jumping because after we are going and coming back. We are going coming back. In this case, if you thinking that okay this is wrong, okay, then you want to be change the number status, you can change it, but real time you should not change. Okay, why? Because people are creating automatically, right? They will not go on up. We are just doing the practice, right? Because of we are coming back and front, but generally we can now only we are created number is status is 02. Okay, clear? Clear? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
So these are the material type controls. Okay, the major thing is all these material types will be controlling based on this. So other than this one, okay, one more thing. Let's complete this also. 5 minutes. Must do. Okay. There is a one more which is like authorization profile. So there, if you see that item category group, okay, this cost material status. That means at the initial stage when you are creating, whether the material should be block status or it is a blocked for purchasing. Generally, how it will be happen when it is creating initially, the material always it will be created with the status. Later, once the material everything it is created correctly, then they will be releasing for the next level. Okay, so this is one unauthorized group. Okay, this is for the security. SAP security module, they will be giving the authorization to you whether you can able to create any material with using this material type or not. So that controlling by authorization group. Okay, this security team will take care. And this is for the screen reference. Okay, screen reference is nothing but like a subscreens which is there. Suppose in the metal master record there are subscreens are there, right? That means okay, if go to MM01. This is one subscreen, this is one subscreen, this is one subscreen, and there are so many in the top there subscreens are there. So what if suppose the client is asking that I need additional subscreens here, okay, which is already standard it is there, but here it is not displaying. Suppose you have seen that in the other client, but here I could not able to see that. So what you can do, you can add that subscreen also. Okay, that subscreen how you can add, if you go to logistical general, the logistical journal, metal master record, the configuration in the top, data structure it is there. So what you need to do here, you need to be checked that, okay, what is the standard format you are using. Okay, suppose I'm using suppose ZZ. Let's assume that I'm using ZZ. So generally standard it is 21. 21 is the standard one. Okay, so this is the one standard one, and this is for manufacturing industry and the standard industries, and this 03 is the retail industry. So why it is different for the different industries? Because when we are talking about the retail, that in the retail, few fields are in that specialized fields like merchandise category, okay, and some article master. So that's completely different when we're talking about the retail. But when we're talking about normal manufacturing industries, we generally calling as a material number, okay, plant. So in the retail, how they will call you? Plant, they will not call you plant, they will call you as a site. And the material number in the generally we calling as material, right? But retail industry they are calling as a article master. Okay, we are calling here material groups, right? They are calling as some merchandise groups. Okay, so there are so many other factors are there. So that's why for retail it is separate industry, and for a standard it is different industry. So I just let's assume that I'm just using this screen sequence. Okay, in this screen sequence, what will happen? There are the fields are there. There are so many tabs. Basic data 1, 2, 3, sales data, purchasing data, like okay. In the go to subscreen, suppose let's go to basic data 1 and subscreen. Okay, whatever the fields it is there here. If you see that the screens it is there, these screens represent like the metal master record, whatever it is showing in the basic data 1. Let's go to MM01. The material type which we created, JDA2. Okay, let's see. JDA2. Okay. So let's suppose JDA2 in the basic data. Okay, if you see that general data is there, dimensions is there, packaging material is there, okay, and basic data text is there. That's all. Basic data text it is there. Only 4 it is there. Now my client is asking that I need something other than this one. So which is in the standard, but here it is not written. So in that case, what I will do, I'm just going to that. I'm just assigning this subscreen here. Let's say 2010. Suppose let's say 2010. I just want to assign this 2010. So what is this 2010? Select here. You can see that view subscreen. In this view subscreen, it is showing DG indicator profile, DG packing status, packing code. It might be it is for the some industries it is mandatory. So that I'm just activating into my screen. Okay. So I'm just saving here. Okay. So now I activated, right? So it's saved, right? Now I will go to my MetaMaster record now. MM01 and get able to, and like just going to basic data. Okay, now if you go to here, is this? Okay. Is saved or not? Let's go to again. Get basic data one, subscreen. Okay, let's see here the view data screen. This view data screen. After basic data text, you should be get this one. So let's log off and come back again. Let's see. Okay, I'm just going to log in again. So for this, what you need to understand first, which screen it is assigned, that is very important. So sometimes what will be happen, so what will be happen, maybe we are checking in the different way, in the different sub-screen, but we are assigning it to some other screens. So let's see now it is assigned or not yet assigned. So let me check that why it is not assigned. Maybe is it my group is correct or somebody they changed up my group? So that assignment again in the logistic general, what you need to check in the logistic general, in the metal master record, in the configuration, sorry, in the configuration. So what you need to check here, the assign screens here. So the transaction will be, which is MM01, which I'm using. So MM01 is the screen difference is 01, is correct. And user, my user is 1272. Okay, it is there in the top only. Okay, so my user ID is 127251. That is I'm assigned jet double jet. Okay, material type which I'm trying to create jet A or A2, right? Something which is jet RA2. So sorry, jet RAB. Sorry, jet RAB. Let's go to jet RAB. I'm just checking with the jet RAB. Let's say I'm just changing this also to jet RAB. Okay, this is my ID, ZRA2. Okay, or we have created some ZFT2, right? That also we can change ZAB. Okay, and what is that ZFT2? ZFT1 also I'm just changing. So what will be happen now? These combinations, okay, whatever you assign in the top screen sequence control, the screen sequence control, whatever the reference which is suppose screen reference for transaction is 01 and the user which is ZZ, okay, material type which I assign has a ZAB, right? ZAB, right? ZAB, I think ZAB or something, and it is a industry which is this combination, whatever it is assigned, that based on that screen sequence, whatever you added, those it will come. So now I'm just going to again go to MM01. Now I'm just changing for the ZDAB2 also and RA2 also. I'm just changing that. So now I'm going to basic data one. Now if you see that general data, dimension, and reference, now I can see that the environment also, DG indicator, DG packing status. Okay, so based on that, you can add the subscreens, you can remove the subscreens, and based on the client requirement, if anything which is already there in the standard, but it is not showing in your metal master record, that if you want to do that, you can add here. Okay, so this is the subscreen. Clear? Clear?
While practicing will be clear, sir.
Yeah, just try to do.